There's been a few new additions to the town over the summer.
Whole raft of new eating and sleeping places cropped up in Lewes over the summer. Most of them were in Cliff, but Cote is at the top of the town on the high street. So far, I've only been in for a cup of coffee, but they've been very welcoming, and I suppose that it looks as if it'll do very well. Give it a try. Then there is Aqua at the bottom of the town, attached to the Premier Inn, also new. I've been in there as well, and they were equally as welcoming, and didn't mind that I just popped in for a cup of coffee and not a full meal. But Fuego is something else. I've only looked in through the front door. It's a new concept, of course, of cafe bar. Not new in the continent, I suppose, but not terribly frequent over here. And I haven't been in there because I'm a bit afraid I might go for the bar rather than the coffee. But one day I'll give it a chance. Anyway, some places new in Lewes over the summer, and places for you to try.
I'm here in the village of Charleston, a charming, picturesque British village with a population of 500.
That's not Charleston, Keith. This is Charleston, South Carolina. A charming, picturesque village with a population of 120,000 in the United States.
What about this town, Boston? 120 miles north of London in England. Population, 35,000.
That's not Boston. This is the real Boston. Boston, Massachusetts, population 4 million.
What about this lovely little city, York? I suppose you Yankees have one of those too.
Yes, we do. Welcome to the new and improved York.
Now here's one you can't beat, London. That's London in England. Population, 8 million.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
Join us for a journey to different cities with the same name.
A new show comparing big American cities with the small British and European towns that share the same name.
We never should have let you win that little war, Melissa.
Actually, Keith, we beat you at 2 little wars.
What's in a name?
Coming soon to public television.
I can't stop, no way. Gonna check in, really check out as soon as I feel okay. Late nights, bright lights, wanna see the city tonight. Maybe I'll do it twice. Maybe I'll say fuck it tonight. Yeah, that's right. Little devil never wants to keep it on a level. Don't care if I'm going to hell.
This was what the prison looked like when the British Admiralty bought it to house the prisoners of war.
So they bought the prison and they made many adaptations to it. One of them, interestingly, they took the doors off the cells.
Good for freedom of movement, but not so good for privacy. The doors survive in the local museum, all that remains of the prison's interior. The prisoners were separated. The enlisted men, mostly Finns, Swedes and a few Åland Islanders, were put into the prison, 3 to a cell. But it was a different situation for the Russian officers.
The officers, very different case. They were billeted out amongst the gentry families of the town and surrounding areas, not just Lewis. They had freedom of movement, they had freedom of association, and they generally joined in, if you like, middle to gentry class society. So we have an account, for example, of the officers being very popular dancing partners at local balls because they could waltz so much better than Englishmen. There we go.
Not all the Russians lost themselves in the pleasures of the waltz. Many, like Georg.
He sat on the bank while the river still chattered onto him, a babbling procession of the best stories in the world. That was the excitement that Mole experienced in the story Wind in the Willows. And indeed, rivers large and small everywhere all have many stories to tell. The River Ouse that flows through Lewis is no different. In fact, for much of the town's history, it has played an important part. Today, the river carries nothing but pleasure craft. But for a long time, it was a busy, bustling port. About a mile upstream from here is the village of Hamsey. It sits on a triangle of land which splits the river as it curves down towards the town. Hamsey is barely a village today. A few houses with the 13th century church standing in splendid isolation. But Hamsey was a Saxon port in the pre-Norman era. Historians estimate that over 1,000 people lived here, populating a port that saw ships sail up the Ouse to trade goods. There is no doubt that the Normans had a bit to do with its demise. The area was handed over to a Norman lord. But the community was attacked by an enemy it couldn't stop. An army of rats, which disembarked from one of the visiting ships, went ashore and infected the village with bubonic plague, the Black Death. Gardens, very soothing, and Lewis has lots of them.
600. Actually, in our flight guide, we show 650 meters, but there's a 235 meter overrun, so we're up to nearly 850 or so meters. We only permit single-engine aircraft. We don't allow helicopters to come in. We don't allow twins to come in, and that's largely from a noise point of view. We're very conscious that we don't want to annoy our neighbours in the local villages, the 3 villages that are sort of up at the western end of the airfield, as it were. There's nothing down at the eastern end, but Swanborough village, Iford village, and Rodmell, and Kingston to a certain extent. We want to keep that.
What are the restrictions? I mean, presumably you don't have night flying or anything like that?
We don't have night flying. We don't have teaching. We don't have any flying for monetary gain or reward. The time we did it was 2 years ago. You get asked several times by the villagers when are you going to have another open day? Unfortunately, we've picked a day which is not very clement in terms of the weather. But out of that, we like to think we strengthened the relationship with the villagers because we took, ultimately we took children flying and doctors flying and village people, so quite a few of them have had flights with us from time to time. And we think that's important because we like to think that the airstrip and the Aero Club is an integral part of the community.
It's a tightrope walk on an ice age, honey, and you can play that game, but it won't be funny for long. and convince yourself to continue knowing it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. But when she's high, she's a skywalker. Doesn't matter. Just focus your mind on the wire ahead. It doesn't matter. It's a long way down. Long way down. What a spectacular performance. Though there will be no net for her. Such a spectacular performance. Who's going to blame her for this time? Skywalker, this time. Skywalker.
But when she's high, she's a skywalker. Skywalker. Just focus your mind on the wire ahead. It doesn't matter. Skywalker. Balancing high above the world tonight. Skywalker again.
Okay, well, I've got my night clothes on, so it's time to go to bed, time to say ta-ra. Before I go, I would like to ask for your help to make sure that we get Mirador right this time. We've had 3 goes now at trying to find out what community television should be all about, but let's enlist your help. Why don't you tell us exactly what you think that we should be doing? www.i2itv.com. Send us a Town. Viva Lewis is the magazine to find out what's going on very locally, but also there's this magazine, I think it's Sussex Style, and this will tell you what's going on around the county. 2 very good magazines. Alright, bye-bye. Here's an apology.
We turned out to be like every other damn television station. We got the weather wrong. It wasn't wet. It wasn't fine. It just turned out to be damn cold. Oh. Sorry.
Jerry, where's my bathrobe? It's bloody freezing.